was referred to us from Adelaide, another referral hospital in Adelaide, and he originally is from Darwin, so his family are in Darwin, and they didn't have the expertise up there to do a CT scan, so the closest for them was Adelaide at a specialist hospital. And then the specialist there, John, got in contact with us and arranged for little Koda to come to us. So he went back to Darwin because of COVID closing, and then came down on a plane last night. So he's a little scared, a bit tired, but we've given him a big warm blanket and looking after him and ready to go. Rachel is just preparing that area. We've got Fernando, who's our specialist anaesthetist, who's got a really important job to do to keep this little guy well, who's metabolically really quite sick. So we've got the best team. So we have this little tube that goes into the airway to maintain gas flow. So that keeps the anaesthetic gas going into the lungs, and that's what keeps him asleep essentially. And we've got a little monitor on his tongue that measures the amount of oxygen in his blood. It also measures his heart rate. Put a little catheter in to deliver intravenous fluid, and we'll have ECG monitoring, we'll have blood pressure monitoring, and we don't actually have to make any belly incisions or big surgery. It's all going to be through the jugular veins. So we've got vascular access, James. This is the little hole that we do most of the procedure through. So Laurencie's got into the jugular vein on the right, and then we use these special guide wires to navigate all our tools. So this is what we call a dilator. Just got this swing out a little bit. And so it makes the tract into the vessel nice and big to facilitate this big guy that has to go in there. So these, James, are catheters, like a conduit, and I'm just going to put some saline flush through there, and then Laurencie is putting the guide wire back into the jugular vein through the access sheath, and then this little catheter that goes over the wire like so, and it helps guide us in. So then we're going to do a little bit of contrast. So you watch on the screen and you can see the vessels light up.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We've got to fix that. So what we've done there is we've placed now this mesh tube inside the vena cava, and that's called the stent. And so that is going to be used as a little gate to when we basically have these little lattices that we have to put a catheter through and put some coils on one side, and the coils create a blood clot, so it closes the vessel, and the stent in there, which I'll show you, acts like a gate, so the little coils that we drop in don't go shooting up through the body. So you see here on the screen, I'll just show you. See that basket looking device? That's our stent in the middle. That's all missing. So this is the little stent that we've placed in Koda's vena cava, and then these little curly things here are coils. So we put coils in the abnormal shunt vessel, which means they will cause a blood clot and reduce blood flow from going the wrong way. So now the blood will go the right way, not going through the shunt. And hopefully his liver grows, and hopefully he's nice and happy. Little heart's beating up there. Went well. How did he go, Fernando?
Very well. It's recovering now. You can see it's got palpebral reflex, so it's waking up.
So this is little Koda. Koda came to see us last week and had a procedure with us last Friday, so 1 week today, for an intrahepatic shunt, and everything went really well. So Koda's actually due to get on a plane tomorrow back to Darwin, where he's flown down from. We're all going to be very sad to leave him though, because he's just become part of the furniture here. He's just beautiful. He did really well. He was born with an abnormality in his liver where the blood went through a vessel that it shouldn't have. The vessel should not be there. And because of that, he's skinny. He's got a real bony, prominent back. He was really dull, he was confused, and hopefully now he's going to live a long life. He's only 2 now, and we want him to be 15 one day. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Come here, come here. Come on. Koda, come here. You still got a funny little twisty neck, hey?